have to use my phone today because my laptop is acting up. So I don't really like taking the videos on my phone unless they're like little fun, like crack ones, little shorts. But I'm going to do it on my phone today. So how are you all? I haven't been on for ages. I have been on holidays and a few other bits and pieces. I just didn't get around to doing the YouTube. And I am back today. Obviously, I've been having a few beers and enjoying the summer holidays. We went to Munich, which was really nice. And of course, you can't avoid the bread because they love their bread and the ham and the cheese and whatever for breakfast. So today I want to talk about, is keto a kind of cult? Because people kind of are asking me a little bit, they kind of feel like it's a bit of a cult, a bit of a, you know, no carbs. I ate carbs over the summer. I have always said every so often I go off and I have a McDonald's or whatever. Sometimes I eat carbs for a week, you know. I don't eat that many carbs. I tend to try and only eat them once a day or whatever. If I have a McDonald's, I try not to eat carbs all day long. The thing for me from all of my research is, the key point is really Dr. Fung and Dr. Lustig, all the other guys, Dr. Berg, Dr. Westman, they're all amazing as well and they have the right information. However, what I would say to people for health, like for me, it's all about health now. It was about weight loss at the beginning. I was looking for a long-term solution to weight loss. I had put on a lot of weight. Now I don't even care. I'm a good bit overweight at the moment. I don't even care because I'm healthy. I feel good. Everything feels fluid, I don't know, I just feel great mentally and physically. Even when I'm eating carbs now, because I'm insulin sensitive, not insulin resistant. Dr. Bickman as well would be one that I would really agree with. All the other guys are great too, but they look at a broad, Dr. Fung, Dr. Lustig, Dr. Bickman, they tend to look at a broader view. So if you have a bowl of cereal every now and again, who cares? If you want to have porridge sometimes for breakfast, who cares? What they want you to avoid, and what I want to avoid, is hyperinsulinemia, causing insulin resistance. So it's where the insulin is no longer working properly, you can't get down the weight maybe, but it's not just about the weight, it's about the visceral fat inside the cavity of your body that is in your liver, that is surrounding your organs and causing that pressure on your blood pressure and all the other things that it could, chronic illness, leaky gut, SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So there's a lot of really brilliant information. The reason I call my channel Kate's Keto is because realistically keto is the best way of describing the kind of best diet for cleaning out your system on the inside. That doesn't mean you can never have any fun, no carbs, no nothing. It just means that overall you're controlling your blood sugar, so you're not going to be hyperinsulinemic, so you're not going to be releasing insulin constantly and putting your pancreas under a lot of pressure, and also making your cells basically ignore insulin when it comes around, because you're just constantly bashing it, because every carb you eat, every piece of sugar, it will spike your insulin naturally, because insulin is the fat storage and the glucose management hormone. So it is a very, very important hormone. I don't agree with the people on the other side who are extreme carnivores. They don't eat any carbs ever. And in fact, Dr. Bickman even said to Dr. Shafee, who's an extreme carnivore, to me, I find him irritating to watch, but he has some very good information, and he is right. Carnivore will get rid of your chronic illness. People don't want to listen. That is not my problem. It's not his problem either, and I agree. I do follow him. Dr. Shafee, C-H-A-F-E-E, I think, and Dr. Bickman said that you can go too far the other way, where your body can't adapt, is too insulin sensitive, and when you eat some carbohydrates your body is going, what the hell? So there's a kind of an argument for moderation. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Look at Brian Johnson. His experiment is not longevity, well, it's kind of longevity, but he calls it blueprint, and he is trying to see, he wants to live as long as possible, but he's doing a lot of interventions. He does a vegan diet, so there's a lot of fiber in what he eats. It's very strict, something like 1,500 calories a day. So he's not really doing keto as such, and he's looking at it from a different point of view. So it's not that I'm not like I do care about longevity to a certain degree, like anybody. It's more the quality of my life. You know, you see a lot of people, they live, like you often hear about somebody who lived into their 90s, but they spent 10 or 15 years of that with dementia or with some other chronic illness. And I, from the research, there's a Dr. Thomas Seyfried as well, he's a cancer doctor. From the research, it shows that there's a lot of evidence that is pro-keto in terms of health. Longevity, I couldn't really give a crap about it. I mean, I could walk out and get hit by a car, hit by a bus, you know. I could have died on the plane over to Munich. Like, that's, you know, you can't, and I don't really go around, it's not that I don't care about that, but I don't really want to have a chronic illness. I don't really want to have cancer. I do a lot of things for prevention. So what I do is I try to avoid carbs all day. So we have it in our culture that we eat carbs with every meal. We don't eat carbs with every meal. I don't eat carbs for several days in a row. Doesn't mean I necessarily lose weight. At the moment, I'm not exactly on weight loss. I'm going back into keto after being on holidays, and I'm trying to stay off carbs. That's all I can do initially, because initially your body's going to fight you madly and it's going to be too much hassle. I don't have the energy to fight too much. So my plan at the moment is to stay keto. Then I'll go into weight loss before Christmas in anticipation of putting it all back on at Christmas. But the great thing for me is I do not feel sick, tired, fatigued, crappy anymore. That is the 100% the best thing, is that I don't feel those feelings of exhaustion. I never knew where they came from. And now I look back and I wonder how my body how I even existed, how I even did anything, because I was so exhausted, so many headaches, so many this, that and the other thing. Whereas now I have none of that, lots of clarity, no anxiety, just feeling absolutely brilliant. So somebody asked me the other day about porridge. I have no problem eating porridge. And they said, oh, somebody's granddad lived till they were 93 and they were eating porridge. And I said, yeah, but they weren't eating all day long. Like my own grandparents had passed away by the time only one of my grandparents was alive. But they weren't eating. I saw someone recently who was 94, passed away. Oh, he lived till he was 94. 14 years of his life he was in very bad health. So that argument is not really about longevity. It really is about, for me, health, just feeling good. I cannot believe that there was this out there, this amazing diet where I could feel good. And it's okay to have, sorry, I went back on that, but the 92-year-old or 93-year-old or whatever age he was eating his porridge, but he wasn't eating again till lunchtime. That age group didn't eat again. Like even in my own family growing up, we ate in the morning and then we ate at lunchtime. There was no snacking in the middle, whereas nowadays it's a lot of snacking, myself included. Oh my God, if there were carbs around, I was first in line constantly. I was constantly hungry. This is the best thing about keto, is that I am not hungry. I have not yet eaten. I've been up since 4:30, which is the time I get up every morning. I have a lot of things to do and I am not hungry. I am not tired. I've not eaten. So that doesn't mean I'm massively losing weight. If I go and eat later on a high calorie keto food, then I won't lose weight, but at least I will just maintain, I won't be hungry, and I'll get back into weight loss. So there's no problem with carbs. I love McDonald's every now and again. I love the breakfast McMuffin. I love the Big Mac. I love it all. Give me a latte any day of the week. I love an oat latte every now and again. Yum, yum, yum. But the thing is that you want to clean out your system. Then my blood results prove that it does work. I feel, forget about the blood result, I feel brilliant. Because like even the doctor, they're like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? What are you doing this for? You will have so many haters. Even today on TikTok, I have lots of haters, but it's working. It works. So it speaks for itself. I don't have to say any more than that. Peace out, guys. I'm glad to be back. I'll try to get back on the laptop, which must have some weird thing on it that it's just like chugging along like a steam train. But I will talk to you soon.